Yeah. So again, I've been lucid dreaming for more than 40 years, and I realized early on that people have dry states, that I have dry states. I think a lot of times what's happening is we get too involved in our external life, that we have to focus too much on all of this, on the doings of all of this. And because we get so focused, all of our energy on all of this, we kind of let go of our energy and our focus and our intent to lucid dream. And so to get back in the game, um, you have to begin to focus inwardly. And also, I think it helps to rebuild your energy. If you're spending all your energy on fighting with your mother-in-law, or having troubles with your brothers and sisters, or being angry at your boss, think of where all your energy is going. It's going into all that stupid, stupid stuff. But once we get into a more content space, a more happy space, then we have some energy to focus on our inner life, and suddenly the lucid dreams begin. And so I get over droughts by letting go of the outer world in a better way, resolving issues, deciding, oh, that's not really that important. I'm going to let go of my anger at my boss or whatever. And then normally the lucid dreams come back. And also when I read about people's lucid dream experiences in the Lucid Dreaming Experience magazine and stuff like that, it just excites my natural curiosity and interest, and I get back in the game, because you got to have your head in the game if you're going to have lucid dreams.
Yeah. Okay, let's use one of the questions that were submitted before the live stream went actually online.
Okay.
And here's a question. I mean, I don't even know if you can answer this because it's going to be a really tough one and a personal one too. But Giz Edwards, who's also on YouTube, if you want to check him out, he's a great YouTuber. He asked, what was your greatest lucid dreaming experience? That's probably almost impossible to answer.
Yeah, that's really a tough one, because you know, I've had lucid dreams, like when I interacted with my deceased father 3 years after he passed away. And that was really a profound lucid dream, because I asked him questions about future events. I asked my deceased father, you know, is he a dream symbol? Is he a projection of my mind, or does he actually exist? And so after we greeted each other, I asked him, hey, Dad, you're from the land of the dead. When do you think Mom's going to pass away? And he said, oh, probably in 2 to 6 years. I said, of what? He said, a heart condition. And that really surprised me, because my mom had never had any heart problems. And as it turned out, 23 months later, almost 2 years later exactly, she went to the hospital and almost died of a heart condition. And then about 3 years after that, she went back to the hospital and almost died again, because she had been taking a prescription drug that was actually harming her heart, and almost caused her to die again. But she made it through that period. So that was one. Another one is some of these experiences of just taking lucid dreaming deeper, like having conceptual experiences. Like when I asked, I want to experience my feeling tone, that was a profound experience. My book has been translated into Korean. I'll hear from these Korean lucid dreamers who tell me that they became lucidly aware and shouted out, hey, I want to experience my feeling tone. And suddenly they'll have something very similar, but they'll have a different sound. And like one young Korean lucid dreamer told me that she did it 3 times in lucid dreams, and each time it was the same sound. And so there's so many conceptual experiences you can get into. It's really hard to kind of pick a favorite. In my own way, I love them all.
Yeah, I think the personal ones where you get, you know, I think stuff that you can't standardize, like something that's very personal to your life, like the connection with your family, maybe a precognitive, exactly like health issues or something like that. It's not that
Right.
you like them, but they're so profound, they really stick with you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's is really a hard one to answer. But in my life, about every 10 years, I'll have a profound lucid dream that'll kind of set me off in a different direction.
Okay. Gillis Parrish asks, what is your opinion on pharmacological induction of lucid dreams?
Right. So, you know, the one thing that I do want to say, there's a lot of hype on the internet about it, and I can't tell if it's because people are trying to sell products, and so something that, you know, like mugwort will probably cause you to have more vivid dreams, but will probably not cause you to have lucid dreams. And so why people are playing around with mugwort is just beyond me. To me, it's just silly. And if they would read, oftentimes in the advertisements, it says vivid dreams. It doesn't say lucid dreams. It just says vivid dreams, but people get excited about it. But there are some substances like galantamine that do seem to increase the likelihood of having a lucid dream, and some people swear by it. You know, my friend Ed Kellogg, he's a biochemist. He got his PhD in biochemistry from Duke, and he told me that he did an experiment on this. So he got a bottle of the galantamine formulation, and then he got some cornstarch, I believe, and then he got empty pill capsules. And so in 10 of the pill capsules, he put cornstarch, so they're the placebo. And in the other 10, he put the galantamine mixture. And so he numbered all of the pills, he gave them to a friend, and he said, whenever I ask, give me one of the pills, but don't tell me what number it is, but you keep track of the numbers so I can tell later on which ones were the placebo and which ones were galantamine. So Ed, over the course of the next 2 months, took like 8 of these pills. And when he sat down and did the analysis, he actually had more lucid dreams on the nights that he took the placebo. And he said he couldn't believe it because on some of those nights he had all the galantamine symptoms. You know, his body got hotter, flusher, the lucid dream was very stable. All these galantamine type lucid dreams he had, but when he looked at the information his friend gave him that night, his friend had given him a placebo instead. And so the expectation effect is very embedded in all of our experience. And so if you take a pill thinking it's going to help you have a lucid dream, okay, it'll probably help. And if you take galantamine, it might definitely help. But what I want to encourage people to do is use mental techniques, because that way you're having an organic lucid dream. If you have a chemically influenced lucid dream, it might push you here or there. When I've tried galantamine, the 3 or 4 times I've tried it, they've been very stable lucid dreams, but very shallow. I mean, I'll be in the lucid dream for 45 minutes or something, but the entire lucid dream, did I do anything? No. I flew around and did stupid stuff, but you know, what's the value of that? And so therefore, biochemicals exist, but they're going to affect the experience. And so I don't, in my books, I don't act as a proponent. I'm not against people experimenting. I just don't act as a proponent. If you want to play around a little bit biochemically, just do something like this. Before you go to sleep, drink 2 or 3 ounces of decaffeinated coffee. It has a little bit of caffeine in it, and that might be just enough caffeine to boost your awareness to help you become lucidly aware. But a lot of people believe in pills, and they're always looking for the pill or the substance or the thing they can smoke that'll help them have lucid dreams. And if that's your trip, that's okay. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a belief system, and it's just not one that I want to get people to buy into.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when people, especially very spiritual people, they're like, oh, you know, all these really cool psychedelics, you know, I'm doing this drug and DMT and LSD. I'm like, yeah, I just lucid dream, you know. And they tell me about, you know, oh, I saw rainbows and, you know, I flew, and I'm like, yep, did that last night, you know. So I'm also like a lot for like organic trips through lucid dreaming.
Yeah, because then it's something that you yourself created, and it's not externally influenced. But if people want to go that route, that's fine. It's just not my path.
All right. So I think that's a really fitting question, especially because of the fact that you're going to write a book about it. The Moon King, who's also in our first hangout, hi Moon King, he asks, what are the differences between lucid dreaming and dream yoga?
What are the differences between lucid dreaming and dream yoga?
Yeah.
So of course, dream yoga exists within a philosophy of Buddhism, and it's one of the techniques within the larger philosophical techniques and framework paradigm of Buddhism. And so when we talk about lucid dreaming, we could be talking about anything. I've become lucidly aware and talk to dream figures, become lucidly aware and interact with your shadow, become lucidly aware and have lucid dream sex or whatever. But in the dream yoga framework, they want your lucid dreaming to be focused on showing to yourself or providing evidence for fundamental tenets of Buddhist philosophy. And so, for example, there was this dream yoga master in the Dzogchen tradition, Dawa Gyaltsen, and Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche speaks about him, but he had his fivefold teachings. And his first teaching was vision experience is mind. Then the second teaching was mind is emptiness. And so vision experience is mind. If you were a lucid dreamer in the dream yoga tradition, that's why Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche would say, oh yeah, you become lucidly aware, and if you see one flower, you try to make 100 flowers. Or if you see 1,000 trees, you try to make it into one tree. What you're trying to prove to yourself as a young dream yoga aspirant is